Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, November 4th. And we are looking at window traders, market profile of the ES and SPY. We have a lot to cover today. We'll be going over the charts of all three of these indices. Wild price day. The bottom line is this, though. The sellers hold the trend day from the Fed day, yet they got no push below yesterday's low, couldn't even take it out. The buyers not only accomplished taking back some of the single prints, but what they really did is put the daily back into balance. So here we are, after the Fed, prior to the election, prior to CPI, with all three time frames in balance. That's it. As wild as this whole week was, we're in balance. We had an opportunity for an outside week down for the sell side. It didn't happen. We closed below the 50-day moving average and above the 20-day moving average. So sellers had every opportunity in the world. Yesterday, there was a price void below us, couldn't do it. Buyers had an opportunity today to just at least take back this trend day. They did take back the gap, but they failed filling the single prints. So each side threw body blows that knocked the other side all over the place, but there were no real knockouts. Yet last week we closed up just under $15. This week we're closing down $13. So basically we took back last week, which puts us firmly in a 2-week balance. We'll go over all that. Here's what's incredible. Today's range in SPY is just under $9. But we made round trips of $26 wise. Between A down to back up to down to up, we traveled $26 today on 90 million shares. That's not a lot of volume. Why did we do that? Quite simply because there is so much emotional trading by algos and short-term traders. It's just amazing. What did we do today? We gapped open. And what happened? We filled the gap right away. Why bother gapping open? To the upside. Remember, we had a monthly and a week daily gap in one day that got filled in one day, and now we gap open again and then go fill it. Then we come all the way back to get into single prints and not fill them? Think about it. You want to talk about short-term traders? They are glass-jawed, they're skittish, they're fragile. You have to respect where they can move this market. I had a really good day today. I didn't lose on one trade. I was so right down here. Now, I made money on the long, but nowhere near what I should have because I just kept telling the room they're getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and they're not getting paid. Now, at one point, I said I do think we stopped the one-time framing down before we make a new low. Was I wrong? Yes. I was wrong for 1 point, I believe, or 2 points. And then I was right for $6 or whatever the hell it was. $7 almost. From the day's low to the day's high, just under $7. That's a pretty good risk-reward risk-reward trade. Be wrong for 2 points, be right for $7. Too bad I didn't hold it. But I actually made good money when the market was coming in A period. Yes, I did. Because we had the indices up. We had higher value at the time. We were still getting the pushes up where I was able to make money. I took 3 longs in A, and believe it or not, I made money on all 3 of them. Okay? Then in B period, it looked like they were going to, when they started going back up, looked like they're going to pop the top. And again, on those 3 lots, they were only 1 minute each time. But I made at least 2 points on all of them. Then in B period, looked like she was going to pop. I took a 5-lot mini and got paid on that very nicely. C period. Again, we looked like we might hold trend. We didn't. But on the ebb and flow pullback, I took long on that. My first short of the day was in F. Once D and E flushed out, I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening. When I have market generated information that I could read, that's fine. Now, after flushing down in A, $5, $6, to come all the way back up here, and then have D and E do this, that to me put me neutral right away. I had no idea what they truly wanted to do. So I stayed out of it. I didn't know. But in F, when we had single prints, I did take a short. I shorted it. I think I shorted it twice. So that's not bad. And then, when it looked like the single prints were going to fill, I got long again. Then, G period. I told the room when G opened, I said, I think we're going to stop the one-time framing. We failed to hold single prints. So I started a one lot at 43. I added another one at around 41. Then it kept coming in. Before I knew it, I had a position of about 7. I was long. I only wanted to be long 5. I ended up being long 7 of the minis. I was getting hurt. I still, I thought, well, if we go and make a new low on the day, maybe I'll add the last 3 because that's the max I can do. That's what I kept my account at. Maybe I could do 3 more. I was hoping that didn't happen, but that's what I was thinking. So what happens? It does push up, and I do get paid. I took them off. I'm trying to think. I did take them off in. I'm trying to think if I took them off in G or H, but anyway, got paid on that. Then in J, again, I didn't take 7, but I did take a couple when I'm like, they made the new low. I'm like, once we got back in, I'm like, we're going to have a reversal bar. Got long, popped the top. Actually, I think I took 3, a 3 lot, and did okay on that. I did actually short K once against yesterday's high, which pulled back for 3 points. And I actually shorted L one time against where value high was at the time and made money on that. And I didn't touch M period. I just don't understand sometimes these shorts. This is where we talk about uneducated traders. And that's what, look, I'm not telling you to trade the way I do, but I think I call a market very well. So for $30 a month right now, I think it's silly not to come give this room a try. We're down. We weren't trading in L period, and I said, I told you we were going to come up here. No. When we were down here, I kept saying to the room, I kept beating the drum. I said, yes, shorts are making money. Now, I did miss a lot of short plays early because every push-up was a short, no doubt. And people in my room were making money on that short side. But I did tell them, these shorts need to get paid. The only way they're going to get paid is a new low and to get something for that. Well, they did get their new low for about 5 seconds. And then what I don't understand is why don't these shorts take it off for some profit or a small loss? I don't understand the thought process as they watch them just get ripped and they probably add all the way up. I'll never figure that out. But anyway, I think camelbacktrading.org is certainly worth checking out for a month or two. Check us out for November and December before prices most likely rise in January. If you lock in at 30, you will always pay 30. Okay, for the upside, we only have 2 destinations. That is today's high, which I don't know what it is because I forgot to write them down. Today's high is 378.87. That's today's upside. Then we have single prints that start at 378.88 and get filled at 96, so they're very small. And then you should have everything I gave you yesterday, okay? Remember, 390.39 is now a weekly high. For the downside, you have today's low of 370. Then you have yesterday's low of 368.79, okay? Which is now, that's our weekly low, right? Let me just check, I'm sorry. I forgot to write all these numbers down prior to the video. Yep, 368.79 is now our weekly low, okay? And then below that, we have 363.54, which is another weekly low. That's the price vacuum I was talking about. For ES, on the downside, we have today's low of 15.25. We have the weekly low of 04.25 and another weekly low of 55.50. And on the upside, we have today's high of 05.50, single prints 05.75 to 08.50. And then you should have 43.50 is 12 wide from the second, and 07 is a daily high. Now let's go break down the charts. Again, longer video, but usually on the weekends it is. So here's IWM. Has anything changed in the Russell? No, in the monthly. Firmly balanced. Again, you can call it a 3-month balance. You can incorporate August is high. That's all up to you. But its bottom line is balance on the monthly in IWM. Weekly is up. Yeah, we closed back into the week pretty good, but nothing changed. Well, one time framing up, 3 weeks. So the weekly is still up for me on the IWM. And the daily is balance. We went up, balance on Wednesday, down on Thursday, back to balance today. Again, it's subjective. Is it a 2-day balance, Thursday, Friday, or do you want to make it a 3-day balance? You know, it's all subjective. If we take out today's high on Monday, are we truly up in the IWM? Again, I'm not sure what I would call this for now. I'd probably call it, because we got back inside of Wednesday's range a bit, I'd probably call it a 3-day balance. Let's go to triple Qs. So Russell is balance monthly, up weekly, balance daily. Qs. Qs is still down on the monthly. It's an inside month. Now, again, it's the first week, but it's an inside month. But we're down. Weekly. Balance. Now, this is a much bigger balance. They barely stretched it to the upside. Remember, balance rules? Well, they stretched the balance high to the upside. Now, what's their next destination? Balance low. That's the yearly low. Are we going to get there? Possibly. We're only $5 off of it, right? That's a beautiful balance rule. Last week stretched the balance high by 42 cents. And then from that level, we went from 284.60 to 259. $25 move. You think balance rules are powerful? So the balance on the weekly and the daily is balance. It's a 2-day balance. They didn't get too much into the other day, so to me it's strictly a 2-day balance. So Qs, monthly is down, weekly is balance, daily balance. SPY, NES, balance on the monthly. Again, 2-month balance, 3-month balance. It's all subjective. It's early in the month, so we'll give it some time. But it's balance. And we're still below that trend line. Look at that. Weekly. Balance. We had a chance for an outside week down, but we didn't get it. So, again, you want to call it a 2-week balance, or you want to incorporate this week and make it a 3-week balance. Again, it's all subjective. I'm going to probably call it, let me see how much we got into that week. I'm going to probably call it a 3-week balance for now. I'm going to use this bottom as the balance. And then on the daily, balance. Probably call it 3-day balance because we took back a lot of Wednesday, inside the single prints. So we'll see. Below the 50, above the 20. Again, the question is November 1st our next lower high? It all remains to be seen. Now, I can tell you this. I want to see something real quick. Did triple Qs have a chance for an outside week? No, they didn't. Okay. So here's the deal for Monday. We had a big range today. Let's go back real quick to the profile. Okay, let's go to the profile real quick. We had a huge range today, and we only have the day's high and the day's low. Above the day's high, we have the rest of the trend day from the Wednesday. Below today's low, we have Thursday's low and then a price vacuum. The midterm elections are Tuesday. CPI is Thursday. I thought we'd have a good chance by Wednesday to have a pretty good idea if the market put in its lows or not. That's looking less and less likely. I have a feeling, though, Monday is going to be some tremendous chop inside of here until maybe this election thing gets sorted out. I'd be a little surprised if we came out to the downside of balance. Now, we might take out today's high and still be in balance, don't forget, because it would incorporate Wednesday. But I have a feeling we're going to get some major chop and still be in balance in all 3 time frames, at least through Tuesday night. Again, thanks for the likes and subscribe, and I hope these videos help to at least paint a clearer picture on both what the intraday does and why, and the bigger picture on our charts. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Enjoy your weekend, rest up. We'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.